You're good at it. And yet, somewhere along the way, it started costing you instead of fueling you. You don't know what to change, and you only know that the way you naturally show up keeps getting in the way and causing you problems. And you've heard it enough times from family and friends that you've started to believe it's true. I've watched this happen to people for decades, and today I'm going to show you exactly why it happens, and more importantly, what to do about it. Here's what I want you to sit with for a second. You have something you do well. Maybe you help people see what they're missing. Maybe you organize things. Maybe you explain or give, or you're the one who feels everything in a room before anyone says a word. And it just comes naturally for you. Easy, even. You didn't have to work hard to develop it, it was just there. But that's actually part of the problem because when something comes easily to you, you stop seeing it as a strength and you start assuming everyone can do what you do. And when everyone can do it, it doesn't feel valuable. It just feels ordinary. So you don't protect it, you don't develop it, and you don't make decisions from it. You just let it run in the background unmanaged, and eventually it starts wearing you down instead of driving you forward. That's what happens when you don't understand the way you're wired is actually your greatest asset. There's a reason this happens, and it's not one thing, it's usually a couple of things working together. One is that you don't see the value in what comes naturally to you because it feels effortless. You assume it's not special, so you discount it. Rebecca said it perfectly. She holds an executive title and she exceeds her benchmarks. She brings home an honest salary. And she found herself resenting her role and her accomplishments. She said she thought her personal strengths were her biggest professional roadblocks. That's what happens when you don't have the language for or understand your strength. It starts to feel like a liability instead of an asset. Another thing is that your environment may not be valuing it either, and that creates its own kind of drain. I call it sandpaper on your soul. If the people around you continuously dismiss the value you bring, you're going to feel it. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because your ing energy isn't being received the way it was designed to flow. And that friction is real. And without language for it, you'll assume you're the problem. And the other is that you haven't developed the skills to navigate what your ing type actually requires of you. Every ing type has real challenges attached to it, not flaws, challenges that come specifically with the way you're wired. And if no one ever named your ing type, you never learn to navigate those challenges intentionally. So they compound. And that strength that was supposed to guide you starts to feel like the thing that keeps tripping you up. Here's what I want you to understand: the strength isn't the problem, your relationship to it is. And there's a path through this. I call it know, grow, and flow. You have to know your ing type first, not as a label, as a language. And when you finally have words for how you're wired, your world begins to make sense. You stop wondering why certain things cost you so much, and you start understanding why certain environments drain you. You see your strength for what it actually is instead of what everyone told you it was. Then you grow in it, and growing starts with valuing it. Think about a raw, uncut diamond. In its rough state, it looks like a dirty rock, and most people would walk right past it. But the diamond doesn't need anyone to recognize it to hold its value. It just is what it is, and your ing type is the same. The cutting and cleaning don't create the value, they reveal it. Growing your ing type doesn't make you something new. It brings out the full extent of what was always there, and then you flow from it. That's where your fulfillment comes from. Not trying to be someone else, not trying to be less of who you are, actually moving through the world from your ing type the way you were designed to. Garrett said he finally understood why he does things the way he does and what actually gives him energy instead of draining him. That's no. That's the first step. And for a lot of people, it's the step they've been missing their whole lives. Jennifer discovered she's a serving, and she said something that stopped me. She said she can now see when she's helping because she genuinely cares versus when she's people pleasing because she's afraid of disappointing someone. Those two things can look identical from the outside, but they feel completely different on the inside. And until you have language for how you're wired, you can't tell them apart. You just feel the drain and wonder what's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You carry all seven ing energy types: perceiving, serving, teaching, encouraging, giving, leading, and mercying. But one of them is your core ing energy type. And that ing type is already in you. You don't have to build it, you don't have to become someone else. You just have to understand it well enough to actually lean into it. And that's what changes everything. If any of this sounds familiar, I want you to do one thing. Take the free ing energy quiz. The link is in the description. It takes about 5 minutes, and your results come straight to your inbox. And what you're going to find isn't just a label. You're going to find language for something you've been struggling to find words for a long time. No comes first, and you can't grow what you haven't named, and you can't flow from what you don't understand. The link is below. I'll see you there.